Afternoon. Hello, hello. Oh, goodness. Just when I'm thinking I'm ready. Hopefully, everyone is ready for today. It's just a few days before Christmas. Oh, my goodness. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining. Love my new glasses. Hi, it's Linda Jordan with LRJ Coaching and Business Solutions. Coming at you today, 2 days before Christmas, to talk about stepping into 2021. Are you ready to step into 2021 with purpose? Because, if you don't have purpose in what you do, you won't achieve your goals. So if you are just joining me, please put in the chat where you're listening from. Love to know who's on the call today. And get a pen and paper because you may need to take a few notes today. So let's get ready to get started. And if you're watching this on replay, put in the comments, #replay. I'd love to know who is listening after hours. So I'm going to get a sip of water. And if you need some water, do that as well. So thank you all for joining. It's hard to believe that, 2020 is about to come to a close, and hopefully everyone has been successful this year. I know with COVID, things have been a little different for all of us. Here I am doing this virtually, and here you are listening virtually. So let's all continue to be safe, wear our mask, and hopefully in 2021, we'll get into 2021 with purpose, passion, make some things happen, and COVID will hopefully just, drift away over time, but we all still need to continue to be safe. So thanks for joining who's ever on. If you're, as I said, if you're listening, put in the comments where you're listening from, and love to know what type of questions that you have around stepping into 2021 with purpose. So let's define, what is purpose? I know everybody probably has their own definition, but according to the definition, purpose is having one's intention or your purpose. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to do in 2021 differently that you did in 2020? Of course, we all want to do something different. We want to make more money, first of all. But we all have goals. We have dreams of what we want to do. And so for those that don't know who I am Linda Jordan with LRJ Coaching and Business Solutions, and I help individuals, whether you're in corporate professionals, as well as small business owners. I help you maximize your money by investing in cash flow rental properties or Airbnbs. So it can be long-term or short-term. So if you're in corporate America and you are tired of the rat race and you're ready to jump into 2021 with purpose and plan your exit strategy for 2021, then I'm the gal for you. So thanks for joining. Who's ever on, put in the comments where you're listening from. I'd love to know who's on the call today, and get a pen and paper to take just a few notes. I won't be too long today, but we're talking about stepping into 2021 with purpose. Know what you want to do. It's just like anything that you do in life, you need to have a purpose. You need to have a sense of direction of where you're going, because if you don't know, you'll just spin around in circles and never get anything accomplished. So purpose is having one's intention. So what is your plan for stepping into 2021? Well, for me, I've already done my vision board. I kind of know where the goals and objectives that I want to reach, what I want to obtain. I want to exceed what was done in 2020. Well, we all want to exceed what was done in 2020 because we were kind of bound by COVID restrictions. So we all want to do something bigger and better in 2021. So what is your plan for stepping into 2021? Well, you want to step into 2021 with knowing what your goals are. You have to know what your goals are, because again, if you don't know what they are, how are you going to get there? How are you going to be successful? So first of all, and most important, is to write them down. I write down my goals. I write everything down. I want to make sure that I get them achieved. It's just like, the SMART goals that I've talked about before. But, write down your goals. And you want to be able to know what is your plan? So how are you going to achieve these goals? So that's the most important thing is you write them down and then you figure out, okay, so what is it that I need to do to be successful? What is it that I need to do to achieve these goals? Because you just don't want to write them down. It's just like, taking a sticky and putting it on the wall. It does no good. Take that sticky, put it on the wall, put it on your refrigerator, whatever it is, but write it down and hold yourself accountable. So when you write something down, you're more likely to achieve that goal because number one, mentally, you're holding yourself accountable. And then you could share it with someone else so that they can also hold your goals down. Even if it's just one, write it down. Like I said, put it on the refrigerator with a magnet and something that you can look at every day. We all know if we don't write something down, we will forget about it. Hey, I'm 57. I have to write down my daily goals. I have to write down when I'm going to the grocery store because if I don't write it down, I'll probably forget. The other day I went to the store and I knew I needed 5 things. I wrote them down. I put the list in my purse. Then I got in the store. I took my list out to make sure that I didn't forget anything. But what do you know happened? Well, I got a phone call while I was in the grocery store. So I put my note in my pocket and I was chatting on the phone and I'm still going through shopping. And then finished, went outside, put in everything in the car, drove home, got home, and I thought, crap, I forgot something. And I knew what it was. So I pulled my list out of my pocket and there it was. I forgot an item on the list. So even though you write things down, you may still forget something, but when you can visually see it, you don't forget it. So by me very quickly just putting my list in my pocket because I was, on the phone, I quickly forgot the last item on my list. So think about it. If you have 4 goals for the year in 2021, and you want to achieve these 4 goals by each 4 quarters in the year, if you don't have them visualized so that you can see them, if you don't have them visualized so you remember them, and if you don't have them visualized so you can hold yourself accountable for them, you may forget one. You may forget one step, and that's because you can't see it. The old phrase is out of sight, out of mind. Well, it's so true. If you can't visualize it, you won't remember it. And if you won't remember it, then you're not going to achieve it. So write it down. Most importantly is to make sure that whatever goal that you do have, you want to make sure that it's achievable. Now, don't put something on your list that you cannot achieve. Just don't do it. Don't put something like, well, I'm going to travel to Africa next year. Now, that might be the case. You might be able to do that if there are no COVID restrictions. But put something down that is achievable. Hello, Mike. So again, make sure that you have goals that are achievable. I try to make sure that each goal that I have, it's by quarters. So on a quarterly basis, I know that I'm going to do X. And it's my responsibility to keep up when I can achieve those goals. It's my responsibility to make sure that each time I have a tactic or a strategy that says this is what you need to do to get from step A to step B, if I don't do that, then it's not going to happen. So we have to be accountable for our goals. We can't blame other people if we didn't achieve them. It's on us. We are responsible for our success. So you can't blame others. You can't blame whomever that you didn't achieve something. It's up to us to do it. Now, I didn't say it was going to be comfortable. Being successful is not comfortable. Achieving goals is not comfortable. We have to get out of our comfort zone so that we can be successful. The phrase I've always heard is, if you keep doing the same thing you've always got, if you keep doing the same thing you've always done, you'll get the same thing you've always got. And so step out of your comfort zone, do something that's different so that you can check that one thing off your list to say, yes, I achieved that goal and I did it by myself. So it's very gratifying when you can check off something on the list. It is for me. Hopefully it's for you. And then finally, have timelines. Goals without a timeline are just words on a piece of paper. So if you have a goal and you say, by quarter 2, I want to, if you're in real estate like Mike, you want to sell 5 houses. You those 5 houses in that quarter. And if you don't do the steps or take the steps necessary to achieve selling those homes in, 1 quarter, then you need to look at yourself to say, okay, what's on my list? What didn't I do to get that accomplished? I mean, you have to do it. Everyone knows that I'm working on my PhD, 7+ years in counting. But my goal this year is to finish in March of 2021. So I have my whole list. I've gotten all my stuff done. I'm holding myself accountable. I'm looking at my spreadsheet every day to make sure that I have done each task and I'm checking it off the list. Again, writing it down, putting it on paper. I'm checking things off the list. So I am already now into my interview stage. And so my goal was to complete a certain number of interviews this week before the Christmas break, because my plan is by January that I am compiling my data and writing my chapter 4. Right now, I'm on target. And that's because I've been pushing myself, doing things that are uncomfortable, but pushing myself to make sure that I reach my timeline. So think about it this way. When you don't reach a timeline, it's costly. We all know education is costly. So if I don't finish when I'm supposed to, it's going to cost me. If you don't finish your goals and objectives that you have for 2021, it's going to be costly in some aspect to you. May not always be, physical cash money, but time is money. If you don't get something done in quarter 1, then you got to carry that to quarter 2. And then that means your quarter 2 goal, move them to quarter 3. So do as much as you can each quarter so that you don't have to carry that interest, for those in finances, don't have to carry that interest over to another month, because carrying over interest is costly. So you want to make sure that you are following your own plan. Because remember, this is your plan. This is your purpose. So as you step into 2021 with purpose, step into it with that purpose, intention, be committed. Don't let, the squirrels is what I call it, when you flying squirrels or anything that comes by that may distract you from doing what you need to get done. We all have squirrels. We see them all the time, and not the ones that run around. But these are things that pop into your inbox, things that pop on your doorstep, or things that pop in your mail, and you're like, or things that pop on the internet or Facebook. You're like, oh, I need to go do that. You're chasing squirrels. Stick to your plan. So step into 2021 with purpose. Step into it, be committed. Stick to your plan. I didn't say you have to follow the SMART goals. We all do that, but you don't have to. But what you do need to do is to write your goals down. You need to make sure that they're attainable. You need to make sure that you can achieve them. And most importantly, you need to make sure that you stick to your deadlines. Because if you don't, it's your own darn fault. It's nobody else's but yours, because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So hopefully it's been helpful for you today. Stick to your goals. Let's step into 2021 with purpose, with pride, and with passion. And let's make 2021 the best year ever, because we sure as heck don't want to go back to 2020. Step into 2021 with purpose, passion, and pride. And hopefully you will all have a fabulous holiday season. So until next time, be blessed. Take care. Bye-bye.